Hi, this is Susan Campfield with SueStampfield.com. Thanks so much for joining me today. I wanted to share with you some fun ways to use the new Stampin' Up! Petite treat framelit dies to make cute little treat holders like these. Or, got some more here, the frog, the US flag, and we've got a little alligator critter here. So I'm going to start by just sharing with you the basics on how to cut the die and then how to put it together, and then I'll have a separate video on doing the decorating. All right, let's get started. Okay, so let me share with you on how to cut out this die. I've got my Big Shot die cut machine here, and I'm using the regular platform with the thin die adapter, and I have one cutting pad, and then I have a piece of designer series paper. This is actually from a 6x6 stack of paper. That is the in color 6x6 2018-2020 colors. And but any designer paper would work. I would recommend designer series paper or a lighter weight paper for this project over a heavy cardstock, just because you'll get less creasing and a better roll. So I've got my die here. This is what the set of dies looks like, and this is really cleverly designed with an interlocking piece at the top that you can change out to decorate or to change the shape of your little treat holder. So we have this one that's like a half moon, and then we have the straight one right here, which is kind of your basic, and then we have this one, which is sort of heart shaped. This would be great for doing for a wedding, for a treat favor, or Valentine's Day. However, when I saw it, I immediately thought of eyes, and I thought this is kind of turning into my favorite one for doing critters out of these little treat holders. So I've got that just kind of pressed down to make sure that everything is flat and that they are interlocked. And I'm going to go ahead and add my top plate, and then I'll crank it through here. You'll hear some cracking and crunching, and that's normal. And that end part is going to be a little bit loud because you've got this long metal bar there, but that is normal, so don't be alarmed if it makes a big crunchy sound. And there we've got our cutout piece. So you can throw away this excess, although actually you have a fair amount up here that you might be able to use for another project, so you might want to hold on to that. So I'm going to take the Big Shot out of the way right now so that we can look at how to put this together. Super easy. So this is your piece. It does actually make some little tick marks that can be useful for assembly. I kind of ignore those, but those are there if you want them. Let me see if I can show it to you here. See if we can focus. We're a little blurry. Right there you see a little tick mark at the top and at the bottom, and that's the side that I typically put adhesive on. So I'm going to turn it over. I want this to be the front, so I'm going to go to the back side and put some adhesive on. And the adhesive that I'm using is the Stampin' Up! Tear and Tape. This is super, super sticky stuff, and you just peel the backing off, and it's going to hold things together really well. And of course you can just tear it, hence the name, Tear and Tape. And then I'm also going to put a piece on one edge, and I usually put it on the edge that has the shorter part at the top. I don't know that it matters, but that is typically what I do, so that's what we're going to do today. Now, if you wanted to completely close your box and have it adhered closed, you'd also want to add a piece across the bottom. Personally, I prefer to add a clip at the bottom, like this little bird here has. It has one of the Stampin' Up! Binder clips that come in the in colors at the bottom, holding it closed. And on this one, I have on my little frog here, I've got the Stampin' Up! Library clip holding it closed. When I go through the time and effort of putting together a punch art thing like this, I just hate to think that they're going to shred it getting it open. So I like to have an option where they can easily remove a clip, pop it open, and get out the treat inside. So let me clip that back. So I'm going to not put adhesive at the bottom, and you don't need any here because these two sides will join, so you only need it on one side. And then I'm going to take my bone folder And I'm just going to start getting that paper going in a round shape, if that makes sense, because I don't want my paper to crease or crack or buckle. So that this will just help it go together better. And this is why the Designer Series paper works a little bit better, because it just is a little bit lighter weight and easier to work with. So now I'm going to actually pull off the backing off of both pieces. So remove that one, and then I'll remove this one. And now I'm going to roll my piece into really a toilet paper tube shape, if you will. So I'm going to just line up the top and the bottom there and just give it a good press. And then this seam is very important that it holds together, because we're going to be bending this in different ways and you don't want it to pop open. So I would strongly recommend you take your bone folder again, and this time just rub that bone folder along that seam on the inside, and that's just going to be burnishing that adhesive and activating it further so that you have a really good tight bond. So now if you recall, we peeled that top piece too, so this upper part is sticky. So now we're going to do that. We're just going to pinch it together with our thumbs. I'm going to go back in with the bone folder and just give that a little crease. And you can see I'm kind of rubbing it along a straight line there, and that's giving me the top crease. And I'm going to do the same on the back. Again, this is just going to help activate that adhesive, so kind of rubbing along the adhesive part. And then, of course, our bottom is open, but I'm going to go ahead and, this is kind of like a sour cream container, a portable sour cream container that you sometimes see in a restaurant. And so I'm going to pinch the bottom, and it's going to go the opposite way. And so the bottom goes like this. I'm just going to push down here, so I'm going to get the paper doing a little crease there, and that's just fine, because this is going to be the part that will be opened for the treat to come out. And as I said, and again, of course, I'm using my bone folder to crease it, even though I don't have any tear and tape here, just because that is the part that's going to open. So now I can take my my binder clip, my library clip, a paper clip would be fine, any kind of temporary closure that they can then remove to get the treat out. Or again, you could have used adhesive on that and have it sealed. So that's it. That's how you put together these quick and easy treat holders. And of course, you can put your treat inside and then decorate it in a cute manner. I have some other videos for you to watch that shows you how I decorated mine to turn them into cute little critters. And you can also see additional ideas on products at www.suestanfield.com. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye-bye.